Hi, I'm Kate Alley, Vice President of Development at Opportunity House. Welcome to another edition of Faces of Opportunity. I've got with me Carol Miller, who's a board member at Opportunity House, but her history goes back farther than that. Carol, how did you get involved with Opportunity House?
I was in church one morning in June, and a woman was up front, Mrs. Jones, saying, "We're going to feed the homeless in the city this summer. They can't afford to keep the shelter open." At that time, it was Reading Emergency Shelter. So we're going to feed them. So I started helping, feeding at Trinity that whole summer and just never stopped.
Oh, wow. So tell me about some of the things that you've done since then.
I went in there, when I first started going in there in the fall, when the building was reopened, we had less than 10 employees. So I would go in at night and help register the homeless men that would come in. At that time, we only took homeless men. There was no families, there was no children there. We couldn't. We just had where we are now, but just was a warehouse with old stuff in it. And I would help register the men, and they would be fed their meal. And it's just evolved and evolved to what we have today with women, children, families, veterans, just everything.
That's remarkable that you've got to see that growth from 10 employees to how many do we have now?
About 100.
That's remarkable. And what do you think has been the secret of the success of Opportunity House to have such longevity and to grow so much?
A lot of the churches in Reading helping to share the story and going in there and cooking every night. And just the need was there, and just the cooperation. It started as South of Penn Ministries.
And who was involved then? Who started the whole Opportunity House way back?
Then it was South of Penn Ministries with the Presbyterian Church, the Baptist Church, a few others. And then the churches north of Penn wanted to get involved, Christ Episcopal and Trinity Lutheran, where I belong. And then it became Reading Urban Ministries. And the people slept in the basement then of Christ Episcopal. And it's just evolved from there. The building was found where we are now in the late 80s and just continued on, onward and upward. And we started the daycare center to help pay for the bills for the homeless shelter, and which has happened now too with the op shop is doing the same thing. We've just grown and grown and grown.
Wow. So, Carol, what else have you done for Opportunity House? It sounds like you've done soup to nuts. You mentioned you did volunteer work, and now you're on the board.
I'm on the board. I've gone out and spoken to a lot of churches. I help with whatever event, and I go out and help get more volunteers, and just kind of a go-to person. We have 2 big events coming up this spring that I'm helping with both of those. Wherever I'm needed, I'm there.
Well, and you helped launch one of our events at Blind Hartman's Tavern, didn't you?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I live near there, and the owners approached me and said they would like to do something for Opportunity House. They came in, and after the Super Bowl, well, I got them involved in Super Bowl. They came in, took a tour, were so impressed. They said they wanted to have an event, so I helped them get that going. And that's been 5 or 6 years now, I believe, that Blind Hartman's has had an event for us. And it's just amazing.
It has been amazing, the cooperation of the community coming together to support Opportunity House. And Carol, we are so grateful for all that you've done.
It's just amazing how many people are involved, but it always blows my mind how many people still don't know about us. How every day I think I tell somebody, "You mean you've never heard of us yet?"
Well, I know that you're one of the people like me who's out there trying to get the word out so that we can help as many people as we can in Berks County who are going through difficulties. And I know that for our events, we'll have volunteers show up and I'll say, "How did you hear about this?" Oh, Carol Miller told me. And so we really appreciate all that you've done, Carol.
And I will continue.
Wonderful. And we are so grateful. So thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Faces of Opportunity. You can find us on Facebook at Opportunity House or on our website, www.ophouse.org.